Chocolo Roberto here for another video review. It's a very special one. Yeah, it's the Blueberry Jammie Dodgers. Yes. Yeah, thanks so much to Andrew Winton for pointing these out to me that they're available. I didn't know about them till then. And basically, in Tesco, I believe, is maybe I'll get them in other places, but that's where I got them from. Had to ask at first. It basically sold out. There's just a big empty space in the stock where they should have been. And even going forward a few days, they just never replenished it until they got actually a new batch. So it wasn't like it was in the storeroom or anything. So they look very distinctive as well. And Andrew was saying that they do look have a nice look to them. I must admit, he's not wrong. They do look. They do stand out a lot, and I love that sort of look to them there. I love the blue. Such a contrast to the regular red, isn't it? Yeah, so really nice. Yeah, really nice. In fact, I'll just go grab the other ones. I think I've got one to hand a similar one anyway to hand, so I'll just go show you. Oh, here we go. Well, it's not the regular ones, it's the unicorn edition, magical strawberry, but anyway, they usually do look pretty much like that. Really. It's raspberry normally. They're a bit darker red in the love heart than that. Yeah, you can imagine this is a bit less pink, a bit more red anyway. You get the gist of it. You just know it's got a unicorn on the Jammie Dodger there, so you don't have a different design. So that's interesting. Anyway, there we go, unicorn edition. That wants to come up at some point to review. It's in the backlog. Right, okay, yeah, so I think these look, as I said, they do look really nice. I love the look at them. They look really good. It's interesting when it says blueberry. I was kind of wondering whether it was actually blueberry flavour or it was just like a, I don't know, berry flavour and it was blue. So we'll see if that is the case or not. So no nasty stuff, we're jammy enough. It says, they usually always say that. Well, this one says no nasty stuff, just magic. I say, we'll be interested to see what's in the ingredients. There we go, look at that. Shortcake biscuits with a mixed berry flavour apple jam. It isn't blueberry flavour, it's just blue. I thought that was the case from looking at it, but it was blue and then berry. It wasn't blueberry. It did just, I don't know, just dyed it blue, I guess. Although it does say artificial colours none, so I guess it's natural colours. But what those natural colours are from, what's the real difference between artificial and natural colours, really? Artificial colours none, artificial flavours nope, artificial sweeteners nah, pure ingredients never, hydrogenated fats nada, vegan friendly yeah. Roberto biscuits, from a cool dry place away from strong light and cupboard raiders. I think I've said that before, but that's me. Once open, stored in an airtight container. No artificial colours. We're naturally blue. It just goes to show, doesn't it, though, because it's not a blueberry. Blueberries, are they really blue anyway? You know, if you squeeze them, would you get blue juice out of them? I don't think you would. Well, let's just have a look. Let's see what the actual ingredients are. You know, they might just say blueberries in this. All right, let's have a look. What can we see in the ingredients? Can we see anything? A bit hard to read. There we go, that's a bit better. Blah, 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 blah. Mixed berry apple jam, 27%. And it's got some brackets. Glucose, fructose syrup, apples. Blah, 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 blah. I mean, flavouring, spirulina extract, gelling agent, pectin, vegetable oils, sustainable palm. Sustainable palm, I'd always look into what sustainable means if it's of interest to you, because that basically is not objective, it's very subjective, and it could mean offsetting and all sorts, which doesn't really result in, you know, a net loss of palm being used, really. So basically, it just says mixed berry flavour apple jams, and it's some glucose, fructose syrup. It's probably flavour, maybe. Basically taken, I assume, from various sources, which could be anything. It's basically an apple jam, really. And I think that was the case with the cola one. It was basically an apple jam, just sort of slightly cola flavoured. So I guess they've just sort of thought, well, hang on a sec, we can just flavour apple jam with almost anything and make it different colours and things. So what can we sort of do that's striking? So they had the cola bottle one. So even though it did have a slight cola flavour, it was basically still a jam sensor. And this one basically just coloured it blue, I think, is the gist of it. I don't really know if there'll be any real difference in taste. I think it won't taste much different, I don't think, than the other ones. I think they generally are apple jam. I say this one's strawberry flavoured. I think it'll still say strawberry flavoured apple jam on it. Strawberry flavour apple jam, you know what I mean? So it's basically, they just sort of flavour the apple jam. Other than the Chocky Dodgers, I think. Yeah, definitely other than the Chocky Dodgers. That was like a chocolate cream. Completely different. That was the only one that's really different, I think. Alright, let's have a look at the calories, then I think we can give them an open. So let's have a see. So 100 grams, 435 calories, 14 grams of fat, 6.8 of which are saturates. And then per biscuit, 78 calories, 2.5 grams of fat, 1.2 of which are saturates. But most chocolatey products, chocolate bars and things, usually have between 500 and 550 calories. Okay, recycle with bags at large supermarket. I still don't get it. I've seen this on a lot of packaging lately where they're saying recycle at the supermarket. I don't understand it. Don't recycle at home. I don't know why they're saying that. I had a quick look online. I typed in basically recycle at a supermarket and don't recycle at home or something like that. And I didn't find anything obvious about it. I don't know what's going on there. I don't know why they're starting to say that. I don't know if it's meant to save on petrol or something. If anyone knows, please leave a comment, because I have no idea. 8 servings per pack. Suitable for vegans, suitable for vegetarians. 140 gram pack. Right, okay, well I think we should give these an open, so let's do it. I'm very excited, let's give these an open. Right, okay, everyone, we're going to give these Blueberry Jammie Dodgers an open, or blueberry. It's not blueberry, it's blueberry. So it's basically apple jam coloured blue, although it does say mixed berry flavour apple jam. Look here, it's not actually blueberry flavour. Mixed berry flavour apple jam, and I had my suspicions when it was kind of like blue separated from the berries. It's a bit deceiving, that, I must say. I mean, I was a bit, wasn't quite as harsh on it when we were looking at it before. So this is a hand holding that all up there as well. Alright, let's give them an open now. So time recording, I've done over 900 reviews, believe it or not. Yeah, so if you like this video, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you've not done so already. In the top right hand corner, I've got links to plates of all my other reviews, including some related ones, biscuit ones, probably Jammie Dodger ones as well, things like this. If you watch this one, go check those out. Hopefully you enjoy those too. Alright, let's have a look. Let me get this fully off. Wow, okay, right, well, okay. Oof. Right, well, there's been some, did you say meltage? I don't know. So I don't know why this is. I don't know if this is a problem with the berry itself. Let me know if you've had this experience, but clearly there's been some shenanigans going on. Where this jam is kind of not really, I don't know if I've got too much in these ones and it's just spilt over, or what really. Very sticky to touch, yeah, I don't believe Jammie Dodger jam is usually this sticky to touch. I don't know if the blue colouring or whatever it is has affected it. I'm not sure whether they've just put too much in this one, in these batch of them. It seems maybe it's just going a bit too high. Interesting that. Only effect, but it does mean more blue. More mixed berry apple jam, coloured blue. As I did say there's no artificial colours in this, but even so there are obviously colourings, artificial or not. So it does beg the question, doesn't it? What does it really mean to have no artificial colours? You know, they've still coloured it, you know what I mean? Right, let's have a see. Let's give it a bit of a measure. It's going to be the same, obviously the same size as most Jammie Dodgers you'd imagine. Now it is a bit wrinkled at the edge, I guess you'd say. So it's going to might fall between the troughs rather than the peaks, but about 5.5 centimetres in diameter at the bottom. The top, it's not flat at the size basically, it's just about 5.4, that's about millimetre at the top. And the height, again, it's not totally flat, but roughly about 1.25, 1.3 centimetres. I think these have definitely been filled a bit more than they would normally have, you know, just by the fact it's all come out, you see, and I guess that's probably why they don't normally do it, but yeah, interesting. Alright, so I'll tell you what, we'll keep this one to the side, because that looks quite nice, but we'll move these ones away. Okay, let's see if we can take some off this one. You can see they're stuck to the bottom with that bit of the bottom there sticking out. Alright, so let's see with a bit of a twist. Now the thing I've always say with problem with Jammie Dodgers is usually there's not enough jam in them. Now this one does seem to have a bit more. I mean, I think it might be an accident. I don't think they're meant to put as much jam as they have done in this one, in these sets of Jammie Dodgers. But you can see it's, I don't know if you can quite make it out there, but it's gone more to the edge than it would normally do. Normally on the inside of a Jammie Dodger, the bottom layer, there's quite a nice design actually, but there's literally a little circle with some hearts usually around the edge. And basically the circles where the filling goes in. It looks to have definitely overlapped in this case. So I'll give it a bit of a twist. It will ruin the design on this one, but it's the way to. Well, yeah, okay, we're gonna struggle. It's just, I think it's just too bitty. Wow, look at that. Well, we've definitely got a lot of filling in this one. Really have, and I think that's definitely needed. See, it's very blue. You know, it's very blue. Look at this. And you can see the little love heart design there. There we go, you can see it just around the edge there. It's quite nice, you never normally would see that design. And it's a bit weird as well, because it's so plain on the bottom, but they've got this design you would never normally see. Yeah, so it's very strange that. Yeah, alright. It's quite bright today in the studio, I think. I'm not sure. Definitely looks a lot of blue, doesn't it? It has to be said. But I think that's probably what you'd want and what you'd expect. I think kids would definitely like that. Really blue. Definitely happy that they've included a lot more jam. I think it's an accident. I don't think it'll normally be like this. But I think definitely Jammie Dodgers need more filling like this for sure. There's just not enough jam normally and there's just too much biscuit. Maybe they've been listening to my channel and they've definitely provided a lot more. I mean, you can just see how much there is there. So yeah. Alright, well, let's lift myself up. Give it a taste. Let's do it. Right then everyone, I'm giving these blueberry Jammie Dodgers a taste. Now it's blueberry, it's not blueberry, mixed berry apple jam basically, so it's just coloured blue with yeah, natural colourings it says, but still nonetheless it is coloured blue and it's quite blue. You can see there when we had a look at earlier. Okay, so I'll get a brand new one out and give it a taste. Now the problem I've had generally with Jammie Dodgers is there's just not been enough filling to biscuit ratio basically. It's too much biscuit, but in this one I think they've overfilled them by accident. You can see kind of in the packaging here where the blues come up sort of like stuck to the top where there's been too much of it. That's basically from the one below it in the packet because it comes one on top of the other basically. I think and normally it's only meant to sort of fill that sort of middle circle because it's sort of bled over into the circle on the outside there, this one. So basically I think they've been overfilled, so I don't know how representative of it these really are. I feel like these might be a bit of an abnormality and they're not normally this full. So we'll bear it in mind. Let me know what you think as well anyway, just if yours have been overfilled. It looks like a mistake because I say it's resulted in a bit of a mess, not normally like that. So there was only one I think that looked reasonably fine, but yeah. All right, nonetheless, let's give them a taste. We can only sort of review what we've got, so we'll bear it in mind. But yeah, we'll see if it makes a difference. Not smelt them before either. They smell just like Jammie Dodgers. Don't smell any difference. Just that sort of fruity smell that they have. Yeah, there's no difference actually. All right, let's give it a taste. Let's do it. Is it just skin deep? Let's find out. Bit of a tarty taste to them. Definitely say that. There's a bit of a sharp taste. I can taste the centre as well. So I don't know. Maybe the fact they've been overfilled might contribute to that. I mean, there's still too much biscuit for me, but it's not bad. That sort of blue look to it as well, you know. But you can see there that there's a lot of biscuit to filling, basically. Overall, it's not bad. It doesn't taste much different than the regular Jammie Dodger, though, I would say. It's really just the colour that's different. There's a slight more of a tang to the jam in the centre, I think, than normal. I think they're not that much different, basically. They're okay though. They're nice. I like them. I think definitely the portion of these ones seems to be a bit better, but I think it's an accident. I don't think it's meant to be like that. And there's just been far too much jam poured into this batch. Let's give it a taste. But I definitely think this amount is definitely in the right direction. I think they should have more jam like this. Obviously done in the way it's a bit more tidy, I think, in a more controlled manner, so it doesn't go everywhere like it has done this one and on the packaging and things. But I've always said for a long time all the Jammie Dodgers, only the Chocky Dodgers ones seem to be proportioned correctly, just because I think the Chocky filling was a bit more you could taste it a bit more, basically, in my opinion anyway. Yeah, but these are nice. I like these. I think they're pretty good. I think the extra filling does help, but I think it might be an accident, unfortunately. Honestly, so let me know in your experiences in the comments. Let's give it a bit of a dunk in a hot beverage. Let's see. I don't think Jammie Dodgers are really suited to being dunked in a hot drink, but nonetheless, we'll do it. Okay, let's see. It does soften the biscuit. Obviously, it flavours it with the drink, unfortunately, and I think you probably don't really want that when it's all about a bit of the jammy filling with Jammie Dodgers, but you do get to taste it still distinctly. I think it does work in a way because it does, as I say, get rid of a bit of the biscuit, or at least soften it so it's not quite as intrusive on the actual flavour. Obviously, if you do like the shortcake biscuit, you might not be as bothered, but for me, I would prefer to be able to taste the centre a lot more than you do. But nonetheless, in these ones, it does come across a lot more than the regular Jammie Dodgers, but I think that's purely by the fact that these ones have been overfilled, and I don't think it's on purpose, but looking by the presentation where they've kind of, as I say, bled over like this, and also sort of kind of stuck together, so they've done that. I don't think it's intentional. I don't think they're meant to do that, unless it's also come out onto the wrapper as well. I don't think that's meant to happen. Just noticed as well, actually, that the paper wrapper that they've come in is quite a lot of grease marks on it. You can make out like here and things, it's all around it really, but there's lots of grease on there. I've not noticed that before in Jammie Dodgers. Might have been there, but I don't remember noticing it. Interesting. So I really like these actually. I think they're really nice. And for Jammie Dodgers, of course, I think they are some of the nicer ones. Unfortunately, I think it might be a bit of serendipity, a bit of a happy accident here. I don't think they're meant to be overfilled like this. I think normally they'd probably be a 3 out of 5, but I think I quite like. I like the colour as well. I think it's a really vivid colour, and I must admit it's only skin deep really. At the end of the day, it isn't blueberry. It's just colouring. They're really just mixed berry flavour. I don't think blueberries are really blue anyway. Well, I guess they are kind of blue, aren't they? But I don't think the juice from them would be blue. Maybe it is. I don't know. But yeah, and it's clearly not the same blue as a blueberry either. It's very blue. It's like sea blue almost. It's a vivid colour. It looks really good, and fair play to them. I like the packaging as well. I think it's just nice. It's got this really vivid blue on it again, but underneath it all, it's still just apple jam that's been coloured and flavoured with mixed berry flavouring. So like the cola bottle one was apple jam with cola flavouring, so you know what I mean. It's just flavourings basically in colours, natural as they are. It's still added to give an effect. Let's put it that way. So yeah, I think for me these ones I like them really. I think with the normal proportions of jam, which I think these ones would normally come with, I think these have been overfilled and it's a mistake. I think it'd be a 3.5 out of 5 basically. I think that extra colour does really work and it's very vivid, and I think it does give a bit of a tang. I can taste it to an extent. So I think it still would stand out a bit, and I think the colour would look good. I appreciate it, and I think it'd be a nice, interesting product. And if they weren't overfilled like this, I think it'd be between a 3 and a 3.5. I might have upped it to a 3.5 out of 5, just because of the the sheer sort of novelty of it. It just looks interesting, maybe, and it does have a slight tang to it, but I'm not sure. I think a 3 is generally what I would give Jammie Dodgers. 3.5 would have been a slight improvement. As it stands as the R, I think it's between a 3.5 and a 4, you know, and I think, yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I can really stretch to a 4. Can I stretch to a 4? I'm not sure. 4, but I think at the end of the day, it's still relatively a plain biscuit for me. It's still too much biscuit to filling. Even though in my case, as I say, I had more jam, and I think that's what really helped it. And for me, as it's been my main problem with most Jammie Dodgers, well, with all Jammie Dodgers actually, other than the Chocky Dodgers, which I think really was spot on actually, because their filling was just better and more suited to the shortcake biscuit. I think in my case, I think it's an accident, as I say, the fact that the way it's been so messy and all over the place. I can't believe it was purposeful, and the way that Jammie Dodgers normally are not like this. They still have too much biscuit to filling ratio for me, but I can taste it a lot better, and they got a nice tang from the jam, and it was more prominent. It was just more of it, and it was just, yeah, it's just how they should be really. Could do a bit more even on top of this, but might have been too greedy maybe. But I think this was well proportioned, and I think as a result of that, it's a nice biscuit. It's not quite a 4, I don't think. I think we're getting into really nice biscuit territory there. But it's still a nice biscuit, and it looks great. It's a nice novelty. It's fun. Yeah, 3.5 out of 5. Nearly a 4, but not quite. Okay guys, hope you enjoyed that review. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram. Check out the YouTube member program. Great to support the channel, really is. Links in the description for that. As is the link for the Discord server. Yeah, leave a like, leave a comment as well. Always great to hear from you. And yeah, have a great day. I'll see you next time.